What's up, everybody? Welcome to Tuck Rule Takes, episode 195. 195 of Tuck Rule Takes. Did you guys hear the weird voice at the beginning of that? Here, I was sounding different.
Yes.
Okay. It was like a new lady. I don't know, new computer.
Yeah.
Tuck Rule Takes, episode 195. Gang is all here. Gang has been here for pretty much the majority of our recording sessions recently, except when Al had an oil spill at his house.
But yeah, I'll address that. I'll address that in a second.
It's been good, and I like it. We got one more episode after this, guys. Then it's real football. But first, let me do introductions for our new listeners, people who don't know who we are, people who are just listening. Maybe if you're watching, you're just seeing us for the first time. I'm Mike. Hello. Al is here as well. Liam's here down there with the glasses, the backwards hat. He brings the IQ. Al brings the funny.
Stop.
I just click the buttons. Gang is all here. But if you were around last week's episode, you saw it was the tremendous trio. Then all of a sudden it turned into the OG dynamic duo. And that's because Al had an accident. So while I figure out this new computer setup, Al, if you would like to just explain why you left us high and dry last episode.
Yes. So first off, I want to apologize to all the loyal listeners and fans of this program. I know you guys like me coming in and dumbing these guys down and actually trying to get them to actually say somewhat intelligent stuff, but I couldn't do that last episode. So what happened was there was some oil that was on a key holder in my house for fragrance. I accidentally knocked into it when I tried to keep my cat, my fiance and I's cat, inside the apartment. Hit my head, the key holder comes down, oil spills everywhere. I clean it up. I don't think anything of it. I do my stuff. I eat my dinner. I take my shower. I get on with the boys, ready to record. Then all of a sudden, my fiance points at our cat and is like, "What is this all over him?" And she's like, "No, this is an emergency. You need to come here." So I had to turn off my camera, turn off my microphone. He had oil all over his backside, so the fragrance oil got on him. I didn't see it. I thought that it missed him, but I still think that he went through it. But anyways, we had to wash him, make sure that the oil didn't get into the skin because it's dangerous and toxic and all this stuff. So long story short, it was a pet emergency. We had to take care of the pet. It is what it is. The cat's okay. He's okay. He was lying right next to me 2 minutes ago, but he's good. We're all good. Shouldn't be any distractions this episode. I'm ready to go. And by the way, I heard last week the first part about you guys calling shenanigans about the league. Don't think I didn't hear that. I'm taking that into account.
Did you? Good. I wasn't sure if you followed up.
Yeah,
Shit.
No, I did. I did.
Good.
And let me tell you something.
Take it as criticism for next year.
I was gonna say there's no shenanigans there, friend.
That's exactly what a commissioner who's running shenanigans would say. Right?
I'm sorry, who was the one that was crying and bitching when Jalen Hurts didn't fall to him in the draft? I'm sorry,
he actually
did
fall to me, but you picked him when you didn't want him, and that's disingenuous and spiteful.
I needed a quarterback, and you know what? I was able to use it against you.
I would be a Paul Tagliabue type commissioner, a figure that's revered and loved by all for expanding the league and bringing in much revenue. And you're more of the Roger Goodell figure, where people look at you as
a Nazi,
a corrupt snide.
Hey! Don't talk about my brother like that. I know who you're really trying to.
No. I'm talking about the new leadership here. You're corrupt. You're behind the scenes deals. Your ulterior motives don't lead to a successful program.
What deal did I do behind the scenes that makes you think I'm corrupt? Is what I want to know.
I know these games that you and Matt were playing.
I want to hear an example. Give me an example.
Flummox, your Tuck Rule Takes co-host here, taking all the Patriots players from Mike and taking my sweet, precious Finals MVP quarterback, Jalen Hurts. I know what you guys were doing. You guys were plotting behind the scenes.
See, now you're saying you guys, so that means you're implying other people. So
I'm saying you got your lackeys together all in your big commissioner office and you said, hey, we have two people in the draft who have a lot of charisma and are very righteous in their morals, and they do not stray from those morals. So let's beat them down a little bit by taking the guys they want. And that's just the way it is. And I think that's deceitful. And for that, we should have a light blue t-shirt with your face on it and the clown nose on it. And that's what I see fit.
If you can get that and you can wear that next year, I will.
I will.
I will. I don't know what I will do, but I will.
Give me the first overall pick.
No, I can't do that. But what I can
now
do is
he can't do shady
you.
deals. Okay. All right.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Did you end up with Jalen Hurts? Yes or no?
I did. Yes, I
then
did.
Then you should not be complaining. You're the first one that should not be complaining.
Fair. But you strong-armed me. You swindled me. And I see how it is.
Yeah, I swindled you. The deal was close. What are you talking about?
Well, it roughly week 8 to week 13, if I do my Hovind Bletcher impression at your house, just know where it's all coming from.
Wait, so that would imply you're actually coming over to watch a game when you've said several times that you can't come over. So what's up with that?
Well, you picked the Tampa game where I'm in Tampa, and what was the other one?
So I did the Cleveland game as well.
Which, by the way, I may be at that game too. I might be at that game too.
Oh, there you go. You two should meet up.
We should.
Yes.
But tickets to get down there are preposterous, so I might not even be going. But I'm going to try. And then the other one, I'm somewhere. I think I'm in Miami.
All right. Well, we'll figure it out. I mean, those are just a couple options. We'll figure something out. I might do the Titans game. I was thinking about that.
I'm wearing my Cam Ward jersey.
You can do it. Do whatever you want. Mike, Liam and I have talked a lot about this. I want to know your thoughts on this because I think I know which way you're going, but I still want to hear it real quick.
What way? What are you talking about?
Does he ever listen, Liam?
No.
What were you asking? I don't know. My computer might have cut out. I don't know.
Oh my God. Let's move into the Patriots stuff.
No, say it. I want to know now. What were you talking about?
No, Liam's talking about how corrupt it is, and I'm like, how can it be corrupt when you're the one trading?
Okay, yeah. No, see, I thought there was like an actual thing. Of course I think it's corrupt. I think everything is corrupt.
Yeah.
I think all leadership for everything is corrupt. You are no different, Al. You know what this is? This is like when Netflix does this doc, inevitably 20 years from now, they'll be like, yeah, the 2025 ESPN Fantasy, the Fellowship of the Ringless, my name, by the way. I came up with that. They'll be like the
you won by default because everyone else's names were dumb.
I know. This rivals Ted Donahue, NBA fixing games level, Al Nahigian. Like, Mike, tell us your experience. I will say you could see it coming, but the guy I knew, the Al I knew, could never knew this, but I guess there was a dark side. Then it will go into the montage of you throwing oil on your cat and all the things that you did. And then all of a sudden it'll pan back to Liam and I, and we'll be sitting there. I'll be like, dude, I didn't think he was capable of this. And then Liam will go, I fucking knew. He'll put his tinfoil hat cap on. And then all of a sudden the doc will just cut to black and it'll say episode 2, Mike and Liam destroy Al's career. Anyway,
I really think this all goes back to Richard Nixon getting rid of the gold standard. Now there's no gold behind our currency, so money is meaningless.
Okay. Anyway, before we get into the Patriots, so I do want to give a shout out, Couch Guy Sports. If you've listened to the last 194 episodes, Couch Guy Sports, the OGs of all this. They put Liam and I on. Al was a big part of that. He jumped onto the podcast now, so he is here with us. But Couch Guy Sports, go check them out during Celtics season. You also got the Rafters pod on there, really kicking into high gear with Liam on there as well. If you want to hear about some Celtics talk. Also, check out Sports Spider. That is Spider with a Y. Sports Spider, go to the NFL tab amongst all the other tabs on the top of the page there. Click the Patriots. We will be there. If you do not see Tuck Rule Takes, fret not. Scroll down a little bit and you will see us right there. Listen, watch. I always recommend watching on YouTube. You get a lot more watching from it. But if you can only listen, say you are, I don't know, hiking on the trail. Maybe you can only listen. Just listen to it. Or if you're at the zoo. Maybe just listen there, whatever you're doing. Check it out. Couch Guy Sports, Sports Spider. Thank you very much. We are locked and loaded now, though, to talk about the Patriots Giants game. I don't even remember the score. Was it 42-10?
Yeah,
the Patriots lost. Yeah. Do not care about score. And I've been consistent in this, as you guys have been as well. Preseason scores do not matter. It's all in how you play, how everybody looks. I wanted to start with, I think probably the biggest storyline going into this game. There are a few that we'll talk about. We'll also talk about roster cuts are coming on Tuesday. So we'll kind of discuss that as well. But right now, Giants game, biggest thing going into it that I was looking for, Javon Baker. He was kind of on the bubble with Kendrick Bourne nicked up, with Efton Chisholm a little nicked up. He's in a boot right now. Kyle Williams, although Kyle Williams is now practicing, he practiced today. But he did have maybe a concussion with a little hospital ball from Josh Dobbs in the Vikings game. Javon Baker really had a chance to kind of cement his bubbleness on this roster. For lack of a better term, I think he popped his bubble. Javon Baker, 2 targets, a couple drops. One was thrown behind him, whatever. He missed a crack block, which led to a tackle for a loss on one play. He also had a penalty. I don't know. And then also just kind of talking about throughout the season, throughout the preseason, the immaturity thing showed up. I guess Vrabel has kind of talked to him about, celebrating punting balls, whatever he's doing. Not saying he's guy, because every single interview you hear about Javon Baker, he's down to do whatever. He's like, I'll play special teams. I'll do what it has to be. The guy is good. The polar opposite of Jalen Polk, if we're being honest here. Jalen Polk, I didn't learn anything from last year. Blah, blah, blah. Fucking, emotional Instagram post. No, Javon Baker wants to make this team. I don't think he's going to, though. I wanted to open the floor to you guys. I know I don't think any of us watched the full preseason game. I don't know, maybe Liam did, but watched a fair amount of it. Javon Baker, I think he unfortunately is going to be one of the cuts by Tuesday. What say you to my distinguished panel?
I would agree. I think Javon Baker has unfortunately found his way to unemployment from the New England Patriots. And you know what? It's just a testament to how, and I know we're going to talk about it later, but it's a testament to how bad last year's draft class was, because it's just another swing and miss and another setback, because you need to hit on these draft picks if you're going to be rebuilding. And the fact that you didn't hit on a 4th round pick, it sucks, especially after 1 year. But the one thing I'll agree with you on, Mike, that's good about Javon Baker, he at least was going about it the right way, trying to learn, trying to do things the right way, trying to say all the right things, work hard in practice. And Mike Vrabel noticed that. And it's going to be one of those cuts. It's going to be similar to, you guys have watched the movie Miracle, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
When Herb Brooks has to cut Ralph Cox, I think that's going to be the way it is for Vrabel with Baker, because he loves Baker. He knows that there's talent in him, but he just can't keep him. I think that's what it's going to be like. So it is what it is. I mean, he had his chances in the preseason, but he did nothing with them. And especially against 2nd, 3rd, and 4th stringers, you got to do something.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, I think it came out too that Vrabel, like the second Vrabel got here, the reports were that Vrabel was kind of trying to take Baker under his wing, if I remember correctly. So yeah, it's unfortunate, but yeah, Liam, I know that you and I, we thought Baker was awesome. He kind of fed into it. We're going to make people in wheelchairs stand up. Let's go. You love those videos. I saw people clowning him for doing that video. Bro, if you don't have confidence as a 4th rounder coming into the league, I don't want you here. We all love that video, but now people are counting him for it. But what do you think? Baker didn't really seem like he solidified his spot. I'm assuming you feel how me and Al feel, but your thoughts on Baker's performance and kind of his outlook.
Yeah, unfortunately, like, I think he does deserve to be caught. A lot of it, not a lot of it, but there are definitely parts of it that aren't exactly his fault. Like last game against the Vikings, Josh Dobbs threw to him in the end zone, but the pass was a little arid and Baker couldn't quite get there.
He was open too.
He was open, pretty fucking wide open. And looking at Baker's route, like, it wasn't a great route either. So maybe like he stumbled, the timing was off, and maybe it isn't exactly so much of Dobbs' fault, but he had some error throws throughout the whole day. So I'm probably more willing to put that one on him. But this Giants game was really fucking tough. Like, Baker played a ton, and second quarter, 3rd and 10, want to say like 15 minutes in the quarter. We throw it to Baker, maybe like a 5-yard quick turnaround, and drops it. Kind of thought he caught it between his legs, but no, just flat out dropped it. Couldn't maintain it through the coverage. And I think You're absolutely right about the confidence thing. Like, I bet he came into the league super confident and then just rode the bench, and the confidence just slowly dwindled with each time you're on the bench. And then maybe confidence rises back up for that last game of the year. Joe Mixon's playing the Bills. Baker's going to get some time, has one catch for 5 yards, I think it was, and then nothing. So then the confidence takes a huge hit after that, and now it just seems like there's nothing left. Everyone else has been contributing wide receiver wise. We got John Giles catching 3 fucking passes a game. Our running backs are catching passes. Our tight end, backup tight end, third string tight ends are catching passes. Everyone is contributing except for him. And if you can't make any semblance of a play, like if his highlight is, I actually don't even know what his highlight is for this preseason. Like he doesn't even have
It's
one
all
good
training
play.
camp.
Yeah. So like unless he really dominated training camp and we're not seeing that part of it, which we probably wouldn't, I can't imagine there's much chance for him. And like you said, I'm bummed. I feel the same way you said,
Mhm.
Mike. Not psyched about it, but I don't know what to do with this. Like, I feel fucking terrible for the guy because I bet it blows.
It sucks because, like, you see the skill. I think we said at some point, you and I, Liam, Al, you probably did as well. We said that kind of Baker, out of Baker and Polk, the two guys taken in 2024 draft, which I'm going to talk about in a second. Like Baker was the one who kind of excited you more. Like he kind of had that burner speed ish, kind of that big playability, but just he hadn't shown it. And this is kind of a good segue. And we will get back into the Giants game because there's a couple more things to talk about. But Al, you kind of segued it perfectly there. The 24 draft class. Let me just rattle this off to you guys. And I'm going to bring up someone that I don't like bringing up because he's gone after this, but I'm going to because I think that it has done more damage than we thought to the Patriots moving forward. And I think this guy, unfortunately, is a part of it or a big reason why. Obviously, third round pick, Drake May, solid. Love it. Seems like it's going to hit. If it doesn't hit, then we'll all be surprised, but it seems like he's going to be good. Second round pick, Jalen Polk. He's out for the year. He'll probably be gone, whether he gets waived with an injury designation or he's gone at the end of the year. Caden Wallace, third round pick. He's a backup. He's on the bubble. We're going to talk about him and Cole Strange in a second. Caden Wallace might be cut as well. Layden Robinson, nice segue, Mike, just got waived today. So he'll probably land back on the Patriots IR, but he's not coming back. Second, fourth round pick, Javon Baker. We just talked about it. He's on the bubble, probably going to get cut. Marcellus Dial in the sixth round. He's out for the year. He'll probably get cut at the end of the year. Joe Milton, another sixth round pick. We know got shipped over to the Cowboys. And then Jaheim Bell, another guy, just got waived in the last week. The only person of this draft class that is most likely going to stay on the team and make an impact is Drake May.
What I picked number 3 overall in the draft. Like you can't miss on that.
Which, like, odds are they're going to have some sort of impact. They may not be whatever elite Hall of Fame, whatever, but Drake May looks like he's going to, be proof positive that was a good pick. You talked about confidence, Liam. Gerard Mayo, Joe Judge, Van Pelt, everybody that was here last year. I think we're seeing the real impact of that entire coaching staff right now. Not just, and Elliot Wolf, we'll throw him in there too, even though we think he had a good draft class this year. This year, though, he was a big part of it. So hopefully he redeems himself, and I'm cool with him, hopefully, putting his stars back up on the board. But that draft class, that coaching staff, Robert Kraft putting everybody together last year is going to do, or it did do, irreparable damage to this team. It set you back a whole year. We all had high hopes for the draft pick because the three of us, to differing levels, are all optimists for the most part. But even this, looking back on it, it's ridiculous, guys. Looking back, that the fact that Robert Kraft thought that Gerard Mayo, a first-time coach, could do this, that you bring in Alex Van Pelt, who, to his credit, maybe got the bad end of the stick. He got bad groceries to cook with, but still, he wasn't talking to Drake May in his helmet. Drake May admitted that. He was like, yeah, McDaniels talks to me all the time. Van Pelt barely talked to me at all. Joe Judge, like, we just bad coaching. just after presenting that 2024 draft class to you guys and just kind of looking at it, just quick, maybe 90 seconds, 180-second thoughts of the 2024 season and how that severely fucked up this team moving forward. It's ridiculous.
That's it.
Just thumbs down.
That's it. And fart noise, too. It was terrible. It was awful. And yes, I'm glad, Mike, you threw in Elliott Wolf at the end. Because guess what? I don't care what anybody says. This is Mike Vrabel and Ryan Cowden's team. Elliott Wolf has his role. I'm sure he helps out. But going into it, Vrabel and Cowden and Stretch probably said to Elliott, listen, you guys have sucked the past 2 years. We've ran a successful program in Tennessee. We got to 2 AFC title games recently. Let us do this. You can help us. We'll value your input, but let us take the reins on this. Again, it goes to show how bad it was at the end of Belichick and the 1 year Gerard Mayo. How bad it's gotten since really 2019. So about 5 years. Because like in the 5 years, right? Like just going back to it, in the 5 years, how many draft picks can you really say, wow, the Patriots really hit on them? Maybe a handful? Maybe?
Dude, that 2020 draft, I believe, was bad. I'm looking at it right now.
22 wasn't good either?
Last year or this year's draft should be good. 23 was good. You got Gonzalez, Keion White, Marte Mapu, who we'll talk about. City So, who just got released as well. Kayshon Boutte, Bryce Behringer, Demario Douglas. Your
Okay,
3
so
6th-round picks.
Okay, so 23 was a good one. 23
Actually,
was
kind of
good.
crazy how the back of that draft is super sick, and then like the front of it, you're like,
Stacked.
Gonzo.
Dude,
You're like,
22
great
though?
pick. The middle is brutal. The end is awesome.
Do you want me to just read 22 before I let you finish out?
That's the Zappy class, right?
Cole Strange, Tyquan Thornton, Marcus Jones, Panda Jack Jones, Pierre Strong, Bailey Zappi, Kevin Harris, Sam Roberts, Chasen Hines, and Andrew Stuber. I'm going to exit out because I feel like this is giving me a disease looking at that draft class.
Yeah, you're going to get viruses
Horrid.
from that.
Pierre Strong, Kevin Harris. My God. Yeah, just bad. But yeah, like the thing with Elliott Wolf though, Al, which like all like blame to him that he deserves, sure. But I guess last year we know what a shit show it was. I guess whatever system he had in play wasn't fully put into plan or whatever. I guess that was this year, along with Stretch, Cowden, Vrabel, and everything. This draft this isn't just pie in the sky, Mike being an optimist. This draft that the Patriots just did in 25 looks 10 times better than last year. Yep. It looks like they got some guys. So we'll see. Obviously, we'll be able to judge this in the next 2 to 3 years. We'll see if Elliott Wolf is still here. But I'm willing to give him kind of some grace because he kind of proved himself here. But yeah, dude, this coaching staff, everything, that draft class. Liam, did you have any thoughts on it, man? Just horrible cancer of a draft.
Yeah.
Last year.
It's a real chicken or the egg thing with me. Like, would these guys have been better if the team was better and if everything was run better? Or were they going to be bad regardless? Like, if they went to the Chiefs, how much better would they be? It's kind of how I try and think about it in my mind. And when I was doing that deep dive on like the Belichick Kraft feud on Saturday morning, I believe it was, I saw Belichick was saying something, or Mike Lombardi was saying something on Belichick's behalf about how the Patriots from 2000 to like 2015 or so, where Belichick kind of had the reins to do whatever the hell he wanted. And then eventually Kraft and the organization as a whole, not even specifically Kraft, got kind of caught up in their own success, hired a ton of people. So now they have the salary cap guy and the player personnel guy, and they just have like all these different guys that their role is to do this and that. And Belichick got super annoyed because now it became like an office. And I work in an office, and I'll tell you right now, if you want something done, you send an email to somebody who sends an email to somebody else who sends an email to somebody else, and the fucking matter gets pushed up the chain and nothing ever gets done. And I tend to think that's was Belichick's frustration, where he's like, we had a really good thing going. And I get it. You want to maintain success and make sure everyone's doing their job. I think this is probably the wrong way to do it. And maybe I understand why Robert Kraft would want to do that as well. But it just kind of ruined it because now you have all these opinions of all these people that are like, I really think we should do this, and it just muddies the waters. So I tend to think a lot of these past draft picks were probably the opinion of a bunch of different people, and some hit, some didn't, but the organization just hasn't been run right. And if last year we gave Jalen Polk the entire year, like started him every fucking game instead of benching him after his struggles against the Jaguars. If we just said, stay in there and figure it out, like, I don't care if you drop 5 passes a game for the rest of the season, your job is secure. You will start every game. Just go out there and play free. If maybe he would have figured it out eventually, and we would have been like, oh, remember the 3 straight games with the touchdown that Polk finished the year with, but instead he was benched and he never played because he scored in week 2. He scored in week 4.
Had a good few weeks. Yep.
Yeah, and he was contributing, and then it was nothing. It's like the way somebody goes bankrupt. It's very slowly and then all at once. Like you could kind of see the writing on the wall. And then by the Texans game when Drake May is in there like full time, Polk's fucking up every which way, and the fan base doesn't want him anymore, and he's just kind of ruined after that. So that's just a microcosm of the whole problem there. Where I think the when an organization's run so badly, I don't expect a whole lot of people to succeed. So I have a lot of sympathy with the players there. The draft picks, yeah, a lot of them are brutal. Some of them are really good, but a lot of them are brutal. And I bet a lot of other teams have pretty brutal draft picks as well. But I think it's a huge problem of like a corporate environment that led to a lot of these draft picks. I certainly wouldn't blame Bill Belichick. I would say it's just we've been a poorly run organization for a while now.
Yeah. And I think this is almost like the thing. I don't know if this has happened to you guys. I've been fired from a few jobs. And I just remember my last job, I was a car salesman at a Hyundai dealership. And I remember I got brought into the finance room by one of the managers. I sat down. There was another manager in the room, and I was like, "Oh, I know what this is. I'm getting fired." But once it happens, when you're sitting in your car, you think and you go, "Oh." All of a sudden, it's almost like in a movie when you get all the flashbacks where the main character realizes who the killer is or whatever, and it's all these things piecing together. That's what happened when I got fired, and I think that's what's happening for Patriots fans recently, where it's like you look back and you're like, shit, I see the bad decisions. I see the high draft pick given to get Mohamed Sanu. I see how maybe Vrabel or maybe Tom Brady didn't show up to all the voluntary workouts at the time. That was nothing, but we should have seen that was kind of like the symptom of a bigger thing. Like all these things happened. And it all kind of culminated last year. And I think now that hopefully we're on the other side of that, we can look back and go, oh shit, like you said, Liam, this because of everybody deserves blame who's been around, but this has been a poorly run overall cohesive organization for a while. It's been propped up by pure talent and skill from Belichick, Brady, Gronk, Edelman, everybody, even going all the way back to Randy Moss, if you want to go all the way back down there. But it's like eventually the talent well dries out, whether that's coaching and players. And then you get this. You get Robert Kraft trying to do stuff and he can't do it. So hopefully there's professionals in the room. We talk about it. Al, you brought it up a litany of times. Vrabel, Marone, McDaniels, there's professional, Terrell Williams even. There's professionals in the room. This is how you rebuild a team, an organization. Vrabel has said it from his introductory press conference. He said, I know because I've been fucking scouring videos trying to make this Patriots hype video for the last week. Vrabel said that we have to get good at beating bad teams, and we can't do that right now. So obviously Vrabel's trying to fix everything, but yeah, it's just interesting looking back at that 24 team, the year, the draft class. Just I almost look at that like the COVID years, where I'm like, can we not think or talk about those years? But yeah, I just thought that was an interesting thing to look at. We kind of veered off the Giants point. Liam, by the way, perfection in your fucking soliloquy there. Like, I don't,
I poured over this shit all Saturday. I thought it was super interesting.
Let me just say, for like the Gronk mentality that you put out there, you are fucking Steven Spielberg with the words.
Shucks,
okay,
you're gonna make me.
I'm saying it. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling very good today.
I appreciate it.
I'm locked and loaded. I'm feeling good.
Try.
But I only say that because I'm about to make you feel bad. Kyle Duggar. We got to talk about Kyle Duggar. Played 32 snaps in this final preseason game. Al, you were gone at this point. You were tending to your animal emergency, which I totally understand. I have 2 cats myself, so I get it. But Kyle Duggar, obviously, his roster spot has been in jeopardy. Liam labeled it perfectly. Like I said, Steven Spielberg of words, the Stephen Hawking of speaking, in more ways than one. In more ways than one. The curious case of Kyle Duggar. Al, you are on social media more than Liam is, so I'm sure you've seen it. People are chalking this up to scheme. Duggar doesn't fit the scheme that the Patriots are running. He is still a talented player, but clearly his spot, he has been leapfrogged by 3 people: Jalen Hawkins, Jabril Peppers, and Craig Woodson. He has
rookie Craig Woodson too.
A rookie and an unproven guy in Jalen Hawkins, a solid depth player or whatever, but still, he has been leapfrogged. Kyle Duggar, though, played a lot. He had a couple picks, if I remember correctly. One was thrown to him, but whatever. We still count it as a pick. It is what it is. He played well. I do want the caveat that he was going against second, third stringers and people that might not be on the team, but still, you can only play who you're up there against. Duggar did play well. I wanted to kind of throw it to you before we get to another guy as well. And Liam, I want to hear your kind of overall thoughts about Duggar before we, hang up the episode, in a little bit from now and just see what happens to Duggar. But Al, what do you think is going on with Kyle Duggar? And then just to round out your thoughts, do you think he's going to be on this 53-man roster to start the year?
I think the ankle is still bothering him more than he's letting on and more than he's telling people. Because last year we were trying to figure out, what is the deal with Kyle Duggar? Why is he playing like crap? And we realized after the season, he was playing on a bum ankle the whole year. And I still think the ankle's not 100% right, and he's trying to grind through it, which I respect. Now, the second question, what do I think is going to happen with him as far as the 53-man is concerned? I think he's going to be traded. It wouldn't surprise me if he went somewhere in the NFC. I think a team like the Buccaneers could use maybe like another safety or something like that. So it wouldn't surprise me if he went out there for a 5th round pick at this point or something like that. And I think, like you said, with Jalen Hawkins and Craig Woodson and Jabril Peppers as your safeties, I think there's just no room on this roster as of now for Duggar, which is sad. And I also think that if you're the Patriots, because you can do this, because you have the most cap space in the NFL, you have to say to a team, you know what? Try to get out of it a little bit. Say at least, okay, we'll cover at least 3/4 of it. And then if you can only get a deal where you have to cover the whole contract, so be it. So be it. If that means getting someone else talented in here, then do it. So I don't think Duggar's going to be around. And it's sad because a couple years ago, he was really, really good. And people were saying how special of a player he was. And he was really good. So sad, man.
It's the ankle. Sad. It's the ankle. To go back to the joke Liam and I always had, it's the Jalen Mills injury thing. He's still dealing with an injury. Right. Jalen Mills, by the way, available if anybody wants to bring him in. No, I don't want to. I'm out on it. Get the Green Goblin out of here. But yeah, Duggar, though, I agree. I think his ankle is he clearly has some beef with the Patriots medical staff about his ankle when he speaks about it, because he says that he played on it. He was told to play on it, that it wasn't as bad as it was. Come to find out, it was worse than what was said. Whatever. So he has a little bit of a beef there. To his credit, though, and Liam, don't worry, I'm going to throw it to you. I want to hear what you have to say. But to Duggar's credit, though, he has said everything well. They talked to him after the game. He said, I haven't put as much good tape out there as I want. I understand it's a business. Whatever happens, happens. Like he has always been a good personality, a good player in the clubhouse. Thinking about baseball. By the way, shout out to the Red Sox. 3 straight wins against the Yankees, going for number 4 tonight. Anyway, though. Anyway, though, but yeah, he's always been a good locker room guy, and that's never changed. Like, this isn't like a Joe Milton thing where it's like maybe he was being a little pissy that he wasn't getting his spot, whatever. I think Duggar gets it. And I think this is going to be one of those ones that sucks when he gets sent out, because I do think he is the talent level. He should be on your 53-man roster. But if he doesn't fit the scheme, he doesn't fit the scheme. But Liam, Kyle Duggar, this is the last we're going to talk about him until next week. So what are your thoughts on your guy? I feel like this is your new guy right now.
Yeah, and he has been
as
for
he
a
should
while.
be, as he should be.
I feel really bad. I agree with what you said. He's saying all the right things, and in fact, I can hear it in his voice. Like, they ask about his ankle, and he says, "My ankle's fine." Like, he's very stern, speaks with conviction. He's like, I promise you, it's not the ankle." So I believe him when he says that. I think you're wrong on that one, Al. Like, I don't think it's an injury thing. I think he truly feels that he's healthy. I, it must be some sort of scheme fit, but I find it hard to believe that he's not smart enough to handle this offense. But I can only imagine how shitty this is, that he's going into camp every day and trying his utmost, and he probably thought he was doing really well to start off, and then all of a sudden he gets demoted, and he just he's doing his fucking damnedest, and no matter what, it just no one notices or cares, or it's not good enough in the eyes of the people that it matters. And I think that blows. Like, last game against the Vikings, they picked on him. They picked on him hard. Like, the second team knows that there's a starter out there, and they went after him. And he racked up a ton of tackles and racked up the game sealing interception for the Patriots. And he was down, by the way. Fuck you, Mike. And then last game, they play him the entire fucking game. And last game was questionable. We had Jabril Peppers out there early on, and we would all bet our mortgage on Jabril Peppers making the roster this year. So that's weird that he's playing. Keion White's out there. I think he's as big of a lock for this team as Jabril Peppers is.
We're
But
going
he
to talk
played
about
a
him
lot
in a
of time
second, by
too.
the way.
Yeah, very weird. Anthony Jennings, there's been a lot of talk about him. Less surprising that he's playing, but still, I think that puzzles all of us. So I don't know if this is a coaching tactic by Mike Vrabel to get some of the guys from the old regime to try harder, or if these guys are actually on the block, because Kyle Duggar went out there, had 6 tackles, and then the most beautiful interception where he ran the fucking route the wide receiver didn't. And goddamn, toe tap, wide
Right to
open
him.
in the back of the end zone. That's my safety, and
Mhm.
he's playing good. When you guys say that he's buried behind the depth chart, or buried on the depth chart behind Woodson, Hawkins, and stuff like that, I have a hard fucking time believing that a team that won 4 games the last 2 years cannot find a spot for a guy who is an 100+ tackle guy a season. Like, last year, we can write that off as he actually was injured, and I sure I could pull some quotes where he would admit that. But if we can't find a spot for somebody like that, what are we doing? Especially when we sign him to this big deal. And I like that Vrabel stands by his convictions and he's doing this despite Duggar's contract and whatnot. But the the curious case of Kyle Duggar goes on and on. I have almost no idea what to make of this. Duggar's just getting peppered with questions. And when they asked about his performance in the Giants game, how do you think you did? 6 tackles, a pick. He's like, I have a lot I need to improve on. Like, he knows he's in the doghouse. He knows his job is on the line. He knows his career that he's known it is going to be over in New England most likely. And I bet that sucks. And if I went out there and got 6 tackles and a pick in an NFL game, you would never hear the end of it. You'd have to mute me. I would be insufferable. And he stands there and goes, I have a ton to work on. And I believe him because there's sadness in his voice. And I'm like, damn, dude, like, I have no idea what's going on with you, but this sounds like hell. And I'm like, I don't know how you fix it. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know what's wrong, so I can't find a solution for it. But god damn.
It sucks. Like you said, dude, it is the curious case of Kyle Duggar, because we've all seen, Al, like you said, he's clearly lost a little bit of a step, and that's probably due to the ankle. Like you can tell he's not the guy that's going to, like blame his play or lack thereof on an injury, but you can just see that the ankle is bothering him a little bit, but he is still showing up. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Like whether they keep him and kind of morph him to like a hybrid linebacker safety thing, I don't know. I would like to have him on the team just because, like we've all said, he's a great guy. We all like him. Like, it'd be nice to have him on here. There's still talent there. I get scheme, whatever. Like, I'm not, I can't just pick out if he could fit a scheme or not. I'm not that football knowledgeable so much, but like the people who really do study that stuff, they say that he doesn't fit it, but he's still here. So I think that's a benefit to him. So I don't know. Like we said, though, he's done all the right things. Vrabel clearly appreciates that he's done the things. I mean, you mentioned he played 32 snaps. Keion White played 29 snaps, and we're going to talk about him in a second. But like you said, we all think that Keion White's going to make the team. So I don't know. Like Vrabel, I think each player is different. I think this one for Vrabel was like, basically play and do the opposite what Javon Baker did. Like, show me that you should be on this team, which you should be. And it sucks. This is like when a company gets bought out or sold to another company. Yeah. That new person or that new ownership evaluates everybody on a clean slate. And that's clearly what's happening. This is like the really good guy that everybody liked, that was productive in the office. Like, dude, with the management team we don't need, your position doesn't exist. So let's see, that's what it feels like. And it sucks.
Like, Al, imagine you go into school and you get like the observer who's judging your teaching skills, like sitting in the back of the class taking notes, and at the end of it you think you crushed it, and they're like, you couldn't get the classroom involved. You missed these points, so and so. I don't know, teacher lingo and whatnot.
No, you're actually pretty spot on.
Yeah, and you're like, okay, you're like, shit, like I thought I did really well, and they're like, well, hopefully your next review you do better, and whatever time period in between they come back for the next one. They're like, and you took all their criticism to heart, and you do it your utmost, and they still say, you were just missing the mark on these things, and you're like, I knew that was what I had to work on. I tried my hardest to hit it, and I still couldn't. Like, it would be the most damning feeling in the world.
Yeah, no, it definitely would be. No, 100% agree. Liam, you actually hit that pretty spot on. Not even kidding.
I try. It's just like try and put the
Steven Spielberg
human perspective on it. Like, dude, this would blow. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, it sucks. And I kind of mentioned it last week. And I know, Liam, you were like, yeah, that makes sense. And it's kind of, it goes right in line with what you're saying too, where it's like the human element. Like, the dude comes in, he just got a contract a couple of years ago. He thinks he's going to be a part of it. Come to find out he's not. He's seeing this rookie get more reps before him. But he's not a piece of shit. So he's not going to be a distraction. He's going to still try to, get on the team. And it sucks. I think we all want him to be here. We all want him to be here? We all want him to make the roster.
I'd like him to make the roster. I would.
Yeah, I would like him to. I didn't do any 53-man projection or anything like that, but I struggle to see 53 men that should be on this team other than him. But at the same time, I do trust Vrabel and company in their evaluation of the team they have. So it's like as a fan, and this is where, like, when you talk to people who strictly are fans, which is fine, but just like who don't like really dig into the why of things. Like, as a fan, I want him to be on the team. I like him. He hits hard. He's nice. He kind of like old school safety, but he's also a good guy. I mean, damn near captain, like, let's go. But thinking about it from the, analytics side or whatever, it's like, I can see why he wouldn't be here. So I don't know. I want him to be here. I wouldn't be surprised though on Tuesday if he is a name that either gets straight up cut or gets traded for okay. Final question. What do you think he could garner in a trade? Fourth round pick? Is that too high? I was
going to say a 5th round pick. I think
almost nothing at this point. The fucker's played 2 preseason games with the second and third stringers.
Big contract.
All these rumors swirling about his injury, and he's got a massive contract. You'd have to fucking dump him.
Yeah. Yeah. It sucks. But I don't know. Like whatever happens, I wish the best for him. He's one of the players where if he goes, like, I'm a Patriots fan through and through. I'm not going to overly root for any other team or player or whatever. But I do hope that whatever situation Duggar gets into, hope it works out. Kind of like Javon Baker, where it's like, you know what, dude, I hope shit happens. Final thoughts on Duggar from you guys? Anything that you didn't hit on?
No, nothing really.
God, I hope he makes it.
Let me ask you about something that's actually kind of curious. And Liam, you mentioned his name. Keion White played 29 snaps, just as much as Duggar, basically. And I guess reports are that Chason has leapfrogged him kind of in practice.
Chason's a monster.
How do you say his first name, by the way? I heard it.
Keion.
Okay, I thought that's what I've been saying, but I heard one person say it differently. I was like, what the fuck? But yeah, dude, Chason was brought in this year from the Patriots. Another good, potentially good Elliott Wolf addition. Him and everybody. Like, I'm hoping against hope that Elliott Wolf proves himself with Vrabel and Stretch and everybody. But Chason, like the reports coming out of practice is that he is getting more reps with the ones on defense than Keion White. Now, let me just rewind back to last season and the year before. Keion White freelancing a little bit, not being so what's the term? Not determined. What's the word where like you're supposed to stay in your role or stay in your hole, whatever it is.
Gap discipline.
Yeah, discipline. That's it. Disciplined. All right, cool. Got you. But yeah, discipline. Like rumors were that he wasn't as disciplined in his role or whatever on the defense. So kind of looking at that and looking at this, Liam, I'm happy. Al, if you're watching, by the way, or people, if you're watching, Al had to step out real quick. He will be back. There is no oil this time. I don't think.
Just had to shit.
I hope not. Yeah. Probably just had to use the bidet, which, by the way, son of a bitch has a bidet.
He disconnected it though.
What a son of what a fucking,
sitting on a gold mine.
That's crazy. Literally, loser. I just saw his text. But anyways, Javon Chason leapfrog Keion White. Liam, Keion White played in this third game, which we were told was going to be people fighting for a roster spot. Basically, were playing, or people that maybe hadn't gotten that much work. Keion White has been healthy. He's gotten work in. Why do you think he was playing here? And do you think there is a possibility that he gets sent out? Mike Vrabel talked about it when he came in, that he liked Keion White. That was one of the guys he wanted to work with. But clearly, actions speak louder than words. Keion White played in this third preseason game. What do you think it means, if it means anything? Or is it just kind of like a coach kind of trying to, like you said, nail in a work ethic with a younger player?
It could be the work ethic thing. Like, I don't know, because like Keion White didn't look good in the preseason game, but it's also preseason. Who knows if he even actually cares, though he certainly should care, I guess, getting paid enough money to do so. But yeah, like I wonder if this is just like a Vrabel tactic to be like, I will start and bench anyone I want throughout the season, and I'm gonna start right now showing you guys in this damn preseason. If you're a starter and I think you're disappointing, I'll make you play the whole fucking game. It was like there's a story from like 2002 or whenever it was where the Patriots starting defense was just playing like shit and everyone kind of lost their discipline and everyone got entitled because they won the 2001 Super Bowl. And then they ended
lane discipline. Lane discipline.
Yes.
There it is. Sorry.
So in 2002, I don't even think they made the playoffs if I remember correctly. That was the year the Bucs won the Super Bowl. So in one of the games, like the defense was getting smoked. So Belichick benched the entire starting defense and put out the second string guys. So people like Teddy Bruschi, Willie McGinnis, like all these monster Hall of Famers are on the sidelines watching the second string guys play regular season games. And they're like, what the fuck is going on? And Belichick's like, I don't care about the name on the back of your jersey. I don't care about your pedigree. If you're not trying, I'm going to bench your ass. Who was one of those defensive players that he benched that game? Mike fucking Vrabel was benched in that game along with the entire defense. So I think this could be a case of that. Like that would make a lot of sense to me. It's cold. It's harsh. You're playing with people's emotions, but that also is what you have to do as a coach in a sense. Like you got to motivate people in whatever way you see fit and whatever way you think will get through to your players and whatnot. You also have to be a sort of drill instructor up there. Where you're
Keion White can take that though.
Yeah,
Keion White
100%.
has said that he wants to be coached hard. So I think he's doing it with the right player, right?
100. I would say so, but Keion White didn't look good in the game either. He had 2 assisted tackles. That was all he had. And if you're going against the New York Giants, who were dog shit, and you're going against the Giants' second string or whatever, even though Jameis Winston he played for way too long for a third preseason game. Like they're just running up the score, putting Jameis Winston in against our second and third string guys. I
Honestly,
thought that was shitty. I didn't like that. If I was Mike Vrabel, I probably would
fuck
have
the
picked
Giants.
I would have picked a fight with Brian Dable on the sidelines. I would have been like, that's a jank fucking move because
Patriots are going to beat them by 40 when they play him this year.
they fucking better.
Vrabel
Because
will remember.
I would have been like, I don't care if that guy threw 30 picks that season. He threw 40 touchdowns and 5,000 yards, and you have him in here playing a third preseason game. And I'm starting fucking Ben Woolridge, who 10 of 20 from the field.
Who's gone? He's gone.
He's already gone. Of those 10 incompletions, all of them were batted down at the line of scrimmage, probably because it happened a million fucking times in that game. And then on the other side is an NFL starter who's out there throwing deep bombs the entire fucking game.
Mm-hmm.
So I sidetracked. I would have been pissed, but yeah, I don't know what he's really doing here with the starters because Jabril Peppers started the game too. I don't know if this is some sort of psychological tactic because we know Jabril Peppers is probably the kind of guy that Mike Vrabel loves on his team. Can cover, wants to hit, is textbook violent. Just ask that lady in Braintree from last year. Jabril Peppers has violence, and that's what we're looking for with this defense. So it's got to be some sort of tactic. I don't know what he's up to. I hope it works because here we are talking about it. It's pissing me off until it works.
Al, just to set the table for you, because I want to know your opinion too. Keion White, I mentioned it before, but just to recap, 29 snaps, played just as much as Kyle Duggar, basically, who played 32 snaps. What do you think that was? What the kind of question I posed to Liam, which is why maybe you came in like halfway through his answer, which is why it sounded like how it was sounding, was because I was like, do you think that this is just Vrabel proving a point to a young guy where it's like, you're going to be on the team, but fucking go show that this isn't like a Javon Baker where it's like, prove that you deserve to be on the roster. This is Vrabel looking at Keion White saying, listen, dude, we know last couple of years, lane disciplines. I got the term down now, Liam. Yeah, you've been kind of freelancing a little bit here and there. Show me that you've learned what we've taught you so far this year. Because I do think that Keion White's going to be on the team. But just what do you take from that? Because Keion White is someone who you would assume wouldn't be playing much, if at all, in the final preseason game. But he played as much as people who aren't probably going to be on the team. So what do you think Keion White playing? Is he on the team? Is he off the team? What do you think this was? Was it a message? Was it? I don't know.
I think he's on the team. I think it is a message. I think Mike Vrabel can say, hey, listen, Keion, we have Milton Williams we brought in. We have Harold Landry that we brought in. We have Robert Spillane that he brought in. I know Spillane's a linebacker, but even still, point being, we can bring in guys that will do the job. You are supposed to be a big part of this defense, but if you're not doing your job, we'll go with somebody else. We'll have Chason be the guy. We'll have Tonga come in on second and third downs or whatever role they want for him. We'll have guys that will come in and do the job. So get out there and show us why you should be a big part of this defense still. So yeah, I think it's just a message. And it's also too, just getting more reps. Like he needs more reps, especially with the coaching he got last year too. Like it doesn't hurt to get some extra game reps too.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I hope he's a big part of it. Keion White is someone I think whenever he's been brought up on this podcast, I think Tuck Rule takes as a whole, we are a fan of Keion White. So we're expecting big things from him this year. I don't care necessarily that Caleb Von Chason jumped him, in training camp and practices. I think if anything, that Keion White is the type of guy who I don't think he's going to shy away from competition. I don't think he's going to be sensitive about everything, which everything he said, he straight up said he wanted to be coached hard. He didn't like how Mayo coached him. So I think that Vrabel is the perfect type of coach for him. I hope Keion White is pissed off about this. He should be. He should be coming in even more of a pissed off face than he normally has when he shows up to games. I don't want to see a goddamn smile once from him this year until he has like 16 sacks. Then smile all you want, buddy. But yeah, Keion White, just another thing to watch. I would be shocked. He would be the one out of everybody on the roster, realistically speaking, who would get cut. And I would be like, guys, do we do an emergency podcast?
Yeah.
Because that would be crazy.
That would be madness.
Not saying that he's going to be, the second coming of DeMarcus Ware or TJ Watt or whatever, but just like, you would be shocked because he seems like someone who has the talent, has the skills. He plays, defensive end with no gloves. That's scary to me. That's 100%. Scary.
That's a man.
That's a man right there. So yeah, we'll see what happens. We already talked about Caden Wallace, but Cole Strange though, kind of wanted to throw this out to you guys too. I think we are nearing the end of the Cole Strange Express. It doesn't have to be a long thing. I think he's going to be gone, even though we did think maybe he would be a center or a left guard on this team. It doesn't seem like anything he's doing is really sticking. Do you guys think he'll be on the team, or what are your thoughts of Cole Strange?
Go ahead, Liam. I've been going first for all of them.
I think you have to keep him. He's been playing sparingly, but we are in no position to be cutting linemen that could be even okay, which I think Cole Strange, his floor is okay. I've never looked at Cole Strange and been like, yeah, this guy's dog shit. I never looked at him like I looked at Fedarian Lowe, because when I looked at Fedarian Lowe, my eyes were bloodshot and I'm full of anger. When I look at Cole Strange, I'm like, 69. Nice. He's totally okay. And if you're cutting guys that are okay, I'm not loving that, because you guys, as your boy, Mike Onwenu, looks kind of middle of the road here. He looks pretty not okay.
And fake news has
middle of the road and not okay are two different phrases.
Middle of the road, as they say, just below average. He doesn't look great.
Where's Joe Milton? Where's Joe Milton? Get out of here.
I fucking hate Joe Milton, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, you were calling for him to start last year. Can you stop?
I never said that.
Mike,
that. No.
I'm gonna have to pull it up.
Mike, do me a favor real quick before Liam continues. Mike, get a montage next episode ready of all the times Liam said start Joe Milton.
No,
I will. I'll find him. I'll find him. Yes,
that's fine. You won't be able to
proceed.
Find him. But I just don't think it's like the Kyle Duggar thing. If we're cutting somebody who had 100 tackles in a season, I don't think we have the prestige to do that right now. If we were the Eagles or the Chiefs or even the fucking Rams, I'd be like, okay, yeah, maybe we can spare this. But we're the motherfucking Patriots, who have not been very good. Let's not cut any guys that could be even okay. None of them. Keep them all.
Yeah, I agree. Even though I think he is going to be gone, I would like to see him stick around. I think he can fill in if someone goes down. I think he can be a nice little swing tackle. Maybe if someone gets nicked up in a game, not necessarily injured for, any amount of time, but just say someone's a little nicked up. Hey, whatever. Whoever's the left guard, Jared Wilson, come on out. You've had kind of a rocky start. Cole Strange, go in there. You're serviceable. Go play. I do think though, and I think maybe the bye week we'll look at this, because I think we'll be able to kind of see how they impacted this current team. I think maybe during the bye week of this year, we'll look back to the last 5 years of Patriots drafts. And I think Cole Strange is going to end up, unfortunately, being one of those ones where it's like, fuck, man, in hindsight, yeah, they probably should have done something else with it, because if he hit Liam, I remember our conversations when they drafted Cole Strange, we both said, if he hits and he's an all-pro Pro Bowler, no one's going to say anything.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't hit,
yeah,
this is now the conversation that's going to happen.
100%. Or even if he's only okay, which is what's happening right now.
I think I just got deja vu of you saying that, where it's even if he is just okay, it's not going to be enough. So we'll see what happens. Another guy, and this is going to kind of go into, I want to know who you guys think will get cut or not. City. So another guy drafted, he got cut. That's another kind of curious case for me, because I thought that he was going to be, left guard. I thought he was going to be solidified on this team, but he's not. You guys have any thoughts about City So being cut? Liam, I don't remember if you were high on him. Al, I think you were kind of in the middle on him, but yeah, City So, potential guard. He's no longer on the team. Thoughts on him before I kind of rattle off a bunch of names for, up or down, if they're going to be cut or not.
Just another failed draft pick. Another bad draft pick. Not good. Not good.
Yeah. tainted by the former regime, didn't work out. I thought he was fine. Like I didn't love him coming out of UCLA. I was like, oh fuck yeah, UCLA guy, because they ran an absurd offense with DTR, who I still love, even though he's fucking blowing it this preseason. But no, he's not. But I love him dearly, and I will never let that go. But like they ran a very odd scheme over there at UCLA, fucking Chip Kelly scheme that was just absolute lunacy that doesn't really value. You don't even really need good offensive linemen for that, which is wild to say in football. But yeah, no, just another, like Al said, another draft pick that didn't work out. Uh, Somebody once told me that time is a flat circle. Time is cyclical, and all events are fated to repeat infinitely and exactly as they happened before.
Beautiful. It's beautiful, man. The way you talk sometimes. I expect like fucking big doofy words to come out, and you're like a fucking poet. It's incredible. It's incredible.
Hey, Liam, the Eagles made another trade. They got an
I
offensive,
saw that.
an offensive
They got their
tackle.
lineman back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Middle of the road, but the other guy got hurt, Landon Dickerson, so makes sense, I guess.
Storylines coming out of this Giants game. Do you guys have anything else you want to hit on before kind of rattle off some players who are on the bubble, then kind of get our final thoughts on who could be cut or not?
No, I hate the third preseason game.
It's
Yeah.
hard.
I hate
Although
Yeah.
Jeremiah Webb, let's talk about something good. He actually looks pretty sick. He's contributed just about every
Practice squad.
preseason game. Yeah, like definitely a practice squad guy
Yep.
who like looks like he could get some reps. Like he had a great return in the last game. Had an awesome touchdown on a stop and go. I was like, the guy's got some juice. I like him.
Yeah, I'd like to see it. I'd like to see him on the practice squad. I think that'd be good. Okay, I'm just going to rattle off some names. I want to know what you guys think of them. The first one we've talked about, but I want to know. Doesn't have to be long. Can be just yes or no if you have like a sentence or something to kind of say why. Basically, do you think this person is going to be cut by Tuesday? Caden Wallace, yes or no? I know. The first one. I'm coming out with a tough one.
I'm going to say yes. He's going to be cut.
I say no.
No, you think he's going to stay? Okay, so conversely, then I'll throw this guy up there too. Cole Strange, yes or no?
No, he's got to stay.
Gone.
I think Al wants everybody gone.
Gone.
Yeah, I think so. Al's taking the fucking Mike Vrabel approach, just washing his hands.
That's it. Just get these guys out of here. Done.
So I think that I think Caden Wallace might say I think Cole Strange is gone. I think Caden Wallace might be by the end of the year. He might be your starting left guard. Jared Wilson's going to be your starting center. Jalen Polk. Do you think he gets waived with an injury designation at some point?
Can you do that?
I do not know, but I kind of don't want him on the team, so I want to know.
Because when I heard he was out for the season, I was like, I think that means they can't cut him.
I think since he's on the IR, I think not. But just do you think after this year, do you think he has any chance of being on this team?
Nope.
No, me neither. I don't think so. You looking it up, Liam, if you can do it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, an NFL team can cut an injured reserve player by reaching an injury settlement instead of keeping them on IR for the season.
I think he's gone. At some point this year, I think he's gone. I don't think you see Jalen Polk in a Patriots jersey again. That's my thoughts, though. I guess we'll go right into it then. Javon Baker. I think he's gone, unfortunately.
Gone.
Do you think he makes it to the practice squad? Do you think he makes it through waivers?
Yeah.
No, I think somebody picks him up.
Really?
Yeah, the Chiefs. It's going to be the Chiefs. I'm telling you, it's going to be the Chiefs.
Some team will take a chance on him.
Yeah, because there is talent, which is the frustrating part. This one I thought was nice. Jermichael Hasty.
I want him on this roster.
We do.
I want him.
Carry 4 backs.
But I was just about to say, we're probably not, because you already have the 3-headed monster of Ramondre, Gibson, and Henderson. So,
yeah,
I mean,
best backfield in the league.
Knowing Josh McDaniels, I agree with Al, actually. I think we're going to fucking keep him.
I think so. I think so too, because I think that maybe, do you think there's a chance that Stevenson starts the year on PUP?
No,
you don't think so?
No.
I didn't know for sure. I know he's been.
Why would he be physically unable to play?
He hasn't really played that much. He's been in practice here and there. I didn't know if it was maybe something where it's like, you know what, man, if you can't play Foxborough flu, we're going to put you on till week 4. Like, I don't know. But yeah, I want him on the team. I think he will play for the Patriots proper, like their main team, but I think he makes it to the practice squad. And I would love to see him hang around. He was here last year. He was fine on that dog shit team. Here's another one, Kendrick Bourne. Yeah.
Oh.
I'll go. I think he starts on PUP and I think he stays.
I think he ends up staying. I think, and actually, Mike Reese wrote an article today. I think with the injuries and stuff going on, and I know like Efton Chisholm is still dealing with a little something here and there.
Mm-hmm.
I think Bourne ends up on this roster. I do.
Which I wouldn't hate.
I can't take my bias out of this one because as time's gone on, I've loved Kendrick Bourne more and more. And I recently just
Dude, there's
poured
no
through
reason
his
not to.
yeah, I recently poured through his Patriots highlights and like while we're down in just about every highlight that he's on, he's still super fun to watch. Like
I know.
quick, dynamic, great catches. Like
Especially that 21 season. That season they made the playoffs. He was great.
Yeah, he was awesome. And if you guys remember that Mac Jones's last year, the disaster year, that first game against the Eagles that was actually really tight, Bourne had 2 sick touchdowns in that game.
Yeah.
And like one of them, like toe tap or ankle tap, like back of his heels against the back of the end zone, falls out of the back. He was swagging that place out. And I was like, that was awesome. And then he ends up tearing his ACL against the Dolphins, but he had that sweet touchdown where he runs in with his hands up against the Dolphins and tears his ACL like a possession later, but still.
Yeah, I hope some way. I don't think he's going to be cut. He will be on this team one way or another. I only brought him up because he is someone that is being spoken about, as potentially being cut or whatever. We're not doing trades, by the way. This is just kind of like cuts.
Yeah.
We'll save him to the end. Jack Gibbons, an offseason signing. He did play a lot in this third preseason game. Linebacker, depth piece. He obviously Vrabel connections, but yeah, Jack Gibbons, kind of a nondescript one. But do you guys think he gets cut or not? He was just brought in this offseason.
I think he stays.
I can see him staying. He had that good play where he knocked Jackson Dart out of the game and forced a fumble at the same time. And Vrabel likes him. Like, I can totally see him staying, but if I was the coach, I'd cut him. Like, I don't think we need any more fucking linebackers.
I think that might be like I hate this saying, but I think that might be a sneaky issue, a sneaky need. I hope he stays, just more depth. I think the more depth you can have at linebacker, the more it helps, keep everybody fresh, kind of like the defensive line. So hope he stays. Marcus Epps, I think he's gone.
Dude, he sucks.
Gone. See ya.
Yeah, dude, that was a flyer contract. I think he's out, right?
Yeah, he is brutal.
Yeah, I from your text, I know Liam, you were watching. You mentioned, he got beat on a couple plays, just did not look good. Yeah, unfortunately, I think he's in a room that necessarily doesn't need him. So yeah, I think he's gone. These last two are going to be a little tough, guys. Anthony Jennings. Yeah,
I know you said we can't do this, but I actually think this is going to happen. I think he gets traded.
You suck.
All right. So you think he's gone? So you think he's gone? Yeah.
I think he stays. Like, I have no reason to believe that he should be gone. We do have a lot more defensive linemen now, and Braden Swinson's got to play somehow, and we have a crazy rotation with a lot of people right now. So you got to think somebody's got to go, but I don't think it should be him.
I don't think so either, but I think he's going to get cut. I think he's gone. Because I do think that Braden Swinson is going to take over his role. Liam, you said it when the Patriots drafted him. It's crazy that he fell so far down the draft. He balled out for LSU. I don't know if it was like motor issues, character things, whatever. I have no idea. But I think he's going to play really well. The last two, I just added one here. This is the one I added. I don't know why I didn't have him on there. Marte Mapu. I think he's gone.
I think he's gone.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I know when he got drafted, I know we were all talking about like he could be that hybrid line, kind of what we were talking about, what Kyle Duggar might be. Safety, linebacker, hard hitter, can cover the field. He got hurt. You should have known the second he got hurt. these players who are known for their athleticism, when they get drafted, when they get hurt in their first year, doesn't normally pan out well for him. So yeah, Marte Mapu, I think he's gone. Good. Get that fucking number 15 the fuck out of here. Yeah. By the way, completely different team. Matthew Golden, wide receiver from the Packers, number 22.
Gross.
Someone needs to do something about these numbers. That is not a wide receiver. They can't. Like, I'm cool with like Peppers being number 5. Okay, I've come around on it. Single digit numbers are cool. Whatever. You're giving me 15 at linebackers and 22 at receiver.
Yeah.
What happened to the game I loved?
Yeah, Robert
I'm
Spillane,
old enough to remember.
At running back or at linebacker, I think is gross.
And that's tough because that's my guy. You guys know.
Yeah, like just be 44. Call it a day.
Ooh, 44. Fucking
like a
Keith
hard
Evans
nose.
number.
Yeah,
like, buddy,
dude. But there's they decide to go with these Dusty ones.
But he does make up for it because he's got the visor. So
yeah, it's badass looking. But
I'm in with him. All right, final one, guys. What do you think is going to happen with Kyle Duggar?
Again, traded.
Yeah. Who? Okay, I'm gonna press you on it. What do you think that trade looks like? Do you think it's one of these big name players out there? Because Patriots reporters have said that expect the Patriots to be a little active, whether that's actually going through with the trade or just kind of really trying to make one happen. What do you think he gets traded for, or who?
I think it's going to be one of two extremes. I think it's going to be either one of these underwhelming deals where we talked about, maybe it's like a 5th or 6th round pick, or the other extremity is, he's in a trade for like a Terry McLaurin or a Micah Parsons. But again, I don't think these teams are going to want just Kyle Duggar. They're going to want a high value draft pick. They're going to want maybe another NFL ready player. Maybe they want a Kendrick Bourne. So who knows? But they're going to have to really get creative with Kyle Duggar's situation. But I don't see him making this team, unfortunately. And if he does, I'm happy to be wrong, and I hope he contributes.
Exactly. I hope I'm wrong. But I do think that come Tuesday, I don't think he's going to be here to start the year. Whether it's he gets cut by Tuesday or traded, I don't think he's going to be here. Liam, Kyle Duggar.
He has to stay.
Yeah. And I don't hate it. We all like him. So I don't know. Last two guys, by the way, I forgot to put them on here. I know I keep saying last two. We're gonna couple them together because if you put them together, maybe they're worth like half a lineman, maybe a backup. Demontre Jacobs and Vidarian Lowe. Do you think they're here?
I think Jacobs stays, and I think Lowe goes.
I think the opposite. No explanation. I just think the opposite.
Okay.
Liam, you want them both gone?
Yeah, they're both trash. Get them the fuck out of here. This isn't a Cole Strange thing where it's like, we need somebody who's okay. These guys are dog shit. Get them the fuck out of here.
Do you guys have anybody else that I forgot to write down here that might be on the bubble that'd be interesting to discuss at all?
Actually, I got one.
Yeah.
Andreas Borgales. Does he make it as the kicker?
I will drive to Foxborough. I will wait outside of One Patriots Place, and I will kick Mike Vrabel in his big dick and say, don't you ever fucking think about cutting him. If I even hear reports that he gets cut, I understand he missed a kick here and there. He's a rookie kicker. Don't fucking tell me that Parker Romo. Don't give me a Romo over Andre. Listen, you can't pull the ripcord on him yet. There will be kickers out there for you to get. You keep Borregales. He was the best kicker in college football. I get it. He kicked in Miami. Oh my God, Liam. He kicked in Miami. He can't kick in the cold. Shut the fuck up. Let him earn this spot. You have the greatest punter in the league in Bryce Behringer. Pair him with Andres Borregales. Have the fucking number one special teams for the next 20, 25 years. And then you're good. So, no, I don't think he's going to get cut.
Yeah. All that and more.
Thank you. Okay. Al, what do you think?
I think for the most part, he should make this team. The only way I see him getting cut, if he's like a 3:30 on Tuesday cut. Like last second, you have to keep the other 53 guys on there, and he's like the 54th or 55th guy. I think that's what it comes down to.
But I don't think they're taking Parker Romo over him.
Honestly, you might as well, because sure, I know he missed that 49-yarder. He missed a couple in practice, but for the most part, this entire preseason, him and Romo have been neck and neck. So, like, you know what? If that's the case, Ty goes to the runner. Keep Parker. I mean, fucking God, I got fucking Parker Romo in my head. Keep Andres Borregales. Keep him here. You got a young kicker. Worst case scenario, you get rid of him halfway through the year and you pick up someone like Romo. Best case scenario, you have a really good fucking kicker by the end of the year. So yeah, I think you keep him. You guys have anybody else? Al, Liam, you think anyone?
Kobe Minor played a lot.
I think he's gone. I want him here just because of the Patriots tweet when they said A minor, but I think he's gone. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Which, like, you know what? I hope he goes somewhere. All these people who
he didn't play bad.
No, he got beat a couple times, but like, dude, you were the last pick. There's a reason why, even though I think you might be a player or whatever, you might be an average depth piece starter in a pinch, whatever. But like, yeah, I don't think so. I hope he falls to the practice squad. I think that'd be nice. Yeah. Why not? Yeah. Oh, I see on here, by the way, Chris Godwin.
Yeah, I put that in there.
Okay. What? Yeah. In the chat, real quick. Chris Godwin, Patriots theory is what I see.
I heard this interesting tidbit the other day.
Okay.
I don't think anyone in this Talk Rule Takes team has Chris Godwin on their fantasy team, right?
Nope.
Okay, so I've been avoiding him like the plague. I didn't want the Patriots to sign him this past offseason when then there was that whole kerfuffle. It was either the Pats or the Bucks. He obviously ended up staying with the Bucks, but we were going to offer him a pretty penny. The Bucks offered more, I believe, and that's why he chose the Bucks. But now
they offered him less.
Oh, okay. So
the Patriots offered him a substantial amount more.
Okay, so puts my theory into even better credence then, because there's a theory going around, a rumor, if you will, that Chris Godwin's injury is so bad that he would have failed the physical signing with the Patriots last year. And if you re-sign with the team that you're with, they don't give you a physical because usually you've been in the building for a long time and they know what they can do with you. And physicals are something just kind of routine for the other team to know that they're not getting janked out. So he knew that he would have failed the physical with the Patriots, so he signed the Bucks with the Bucks just to avoid the physical and guarantee another deal because his injury is so bad. So you guys were all fighting for Chris Godwin. I was like, this dude is, because his injury, of course, I can't even remember specifically what it is now, though.
His ankle, right?
Yeah. Dislocated ankle, I believe. It was really bad, but I knew it earlier for whatever reason. But
yeah, I'm in. I am all for conspiracies.
Yeah, so it's so bad that he was going to fail the physical. So he took, and even better now that Al told me, he took less money to stay with the Bucks because it's guaranteed money. They were going to sign him without doing their due diligence. So now there's like this huge theory going around that he's not even going to play this year at all. And the Bucks basically signed him to this deal to hope that the last 2 years of this deal he'll be effective, and that this next season's basically all right.
So he hasn't even, he's barely even I'm on, like, I've found Buck's Twitter. He hasn't even like jogged really on his ankle yet. So I think, Liam, I think you might be right. Al, what do you think?
I think at this point it's like we have Stephon Diggs and not Chris Godwin. So it worked out.
So it's a mute point. Yeah. But if we had got Chris Godwin, we wouldn't have got Stephon Diggs.
Right.
True. Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, I think that's why. And if that's the case, hindsight, great. Good job.
So I think that was just kind of like a history really worked out for us on that one, because now the Bucks organization is going, wait, why hasn't this guy played or contributed at all in the preseason? Like, they knew he was going to be hurt and take his time coming back. But now the Bucks organization is getting a little worried. They're like, holy shit, he might be way more hurt than we thought, and this guy might not be coming back. And then their other wide receiver just broke his fucking neck. So the Bucks are kind of losing their mind over their wide receivers right now. And the Patriots just got super fucking lucky in this deal.
Hey, so I think rumor has it, Liam, I have texted my life partner, and I think you might have a guest to the Bucks game.
Oh, fuck so yeah. Let's make sure I can go, because the tickets are expensive.
Even if you can't, you know what, dude? come down here, even if none of us end up going, we'll just watch the game at my house. Al, you can come as well.
The game isn't the problem. The flights down to Florida, because that's
I'll help you. I got
Veterans Day weekend. No, you don't have to help me, but that's Veterans Day
you. No,
weekend or
I'm
something
not
of the
paying for
sort.
it. I'll help you find
It's
one.
the weekend
yeah,
before.
please.
Yeah, it's the weekend
okay.
before Veterans Day, because Veterans Day is that Tuesday.
Yeah,
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
No, we will have it happen. And Al, you know what? You hide in his suitcase. I know you're flexible. You get in there. Do you guys have time for just another really quick Vrabel topic?
Yeah, we'll do it quick.
Yeah, real quick. So I'm sure you guys heard about the rats in Fox. Yeah. So Mike Vrabel, he was asked to comment on the report that Jalen Polk will require season-ending surgery. Mike Vrabel said, "No, I don't know. Other than I'd like to find out where some of these reports come from. Some of these rats around here. We'll figure it out." And it sounds just how you think it sounds.
Yeah.
I told you guys it sounded like Jack Nicholson in The Departed. Yep, when he's like these seething little fucking rats. Of course, the media, everybody took it. He's talking about Elliott Wolf. He's talking about Jalen Polk. We don't know. I don't think he's talking about Elliott Wolf. Like, I think everybody just wants to hate on Elliott Wolf, Al, so 100%. Much. No. But I think this is just a head coach coming in here and seeing that the last couple of years there's been a lot of leaks, and I think he's just pissed about it. Like, do you guys think this is anything more than that? Like, I saw people talking about that might be Jalen Polk and his agent. Like, what do you guys take from this comment? I just overall love it. I love Mike Vrabel as our coach, as you guys do too. But yeah, what do you take from this rat comment before we get out of here?
It's just Vrabel wanting the organization to be how Belichick had it, tight within the walls of the organization and not getting any info out unless he's the one that's saying it. Or Stretch is the one that's saying it, or Cowden's the one that's saying it. I think that's all it is.
Yeah. I agree. It's got to be super frustrating when stuff like that gets out. Like the 76ers are dealing with that right now in their locker room. Everyone's pissed. And like, it can be a culture destroyer.
You know a lot about Philly teams.
I do. Yeah.
It's kind of, this is the Tuck Rule game. That was the Patriots, right? Against the Raiders. That wasn't a Philly team. Okay, just something to keep an eye on, Al. I don't know.
Yeah.
Not jot that down in the ledger as
noted. Very noted.
Another time.
Eagles went to the NFC Championship that year.
Yeah. See, just so much knowledge. He turns into Stephen Hawking with the Eagles.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I love it though. Just if you can listen to the quote, I'm sure you've heard it. If you're listening to this podcast, you've probably heard the quote, but go listen to it if you haven't. Vrabel just sounds fucking disgusted with these leaks, these fucking seething, gnawing fucking rats that are in Foxborough. I love it. I think this is the coach we need. I know there was a lot of talk about Ben Johnson, other people. We all had our opinions on it. I think we all would have been fine with Ben Johnson. But yeah, Vrabel seems to be the guy. He fucking doesn't give a shit about the media, and he hates the fucking leaks that are coming out of Foxborough. I love it. This is the guy you need to build the next Foxborough Patriots dynasty for the next however 10, 20 years. I'm happy about it. I can't wait to see the fucking quotes that come out from Vrabel this year. Not wait. It's going to be fucking awesome.
It is really cool having a head coach like Mike Vrabel, who's a celebrity, but not so much so like Deion Sanders, where it's more of a problem than it is an actual advantage. Like Mike Vrabel's just a huge personality, a very cutthroat guy, a ultra professional. No, he seems like the coolest dude in the world, but he has become some sort of celebrity in the Boston area in a way that we're not used to having a coach like that. Because Bill Belichick's a celebrity, but in a celebrity like seeing a unicorn, you're like, dude, I saw Bill Belichick at Market Basket. Holy shit, he buys groceries. Like, but if you see Mike Vrabel, it's like, oh fuck, there's Mike Vrabel. I want to buy that guy a beer. Like,
he'll probably say hi to you too.
Yeah, 100%. And like I was at the Morgan Wallen concert on Friday. Mike Vrabel comes out with Morgan Wallen. And at first everyone's like, is that Gronk? And I was like, no. I was like, that's our fucking coach. I was so psyched. And it was so cool. Like the lights go on, they come storming out of the dressing room. Vrabel pushes Morgan Wallen, they give each other a big hug, and then they're talking shit going down the tunnel. And I was like, this is so fucking cool. Like, I love Belichick for a million different reasons, but Belichick would never do this. And just being there and being like, the coach is in the building tonight. Like, there was something so cool about it. And I'm like, it was one of those moments where I'm like, okay, this is a whole different type of Patriots organization that we're working with when it comes to the coaching staff and how he's going to run everything. And he does it entirely his way. It's fucking awesome. And he has my unwavering support. He is the fucking man.
Vrabel, unlike Tom Brady, he loves New England. He loves the Patriots. He loves this organization. He loves the region. He is a New Englander, even though he's not. So yeah, I love it. Anything else you guys want to get off your chest before Al? I know you are itching to watch the Sox, as am I. Do you have the score right now? Do you have the game? I know you have
2-0 Yankees, top third.
I'm not worried. Dude, Sox scored 7 runs in the 9th inning last night.
They also won the first 3 games of the series. If they win tonight, it's gravy.
Fuck them. Oh, cool. You beat fucking Dustin May. Okay. Yeah. Anything else you guys want to get to before we get out of here?
Nah.
Next week is our big season prediction episode. So we will have record. I think we'll do MVP, offensive MVP, defensive, surprises, letdowns, all the stuff. So the last couple episodes have been a little long. They're going to be because we are ramping up for Patriots season. The next episode is probably going to be a little long. I don't know if we'll have guests that you guys know, but I don't know if we'll have people on here. Maybe we have Maddie and Diego or a couple people because we kind of did the episode earlier with them too. We'll see. But yeah, get ready. Next week we will do our prediction episodes, all that fun stuff. But yeah, other than that, guys, we got fucking 2 more weeks. We got 14 days. Robert Spillane. We got that long to get to the fucking 14. We got that long to get here. So I'm pumped. I'm excited. So you guys got nothing else? This was Tuck Rule Takes episode 195. 5 more episodes until episode 200. You'll want to be here for that one, but also you want to be here for the next couple episodes because Patriots season is fucking starting. Let's go.
Getting juicy.
We'll see you then. Get rid of the fucking rats, right? Sweet feet. I tried to hit stop recording, guys. It's not hitting it.
You're